Hey guys, Jack here with Jack Flash Auto Repair, working on my 1990 300ZX project again. Today I'm going to be working on the differential. Now I've got plenty of room to get a drain pan. So here's what we got when I open the diff up. Nothing chewed up whatsoever in here. Everything looks way better than I thought it was going to. I went back there with a mirror and looked at the very back pinion gear, and I mean, it is literally like, it looks like brand new. So let me see if I can't show you guys that. You can kind of see it on the camera back there, but nothing chewed up. Looks really good back there. So I'm going to spray this out with brake clean, get all the dirt and nonsense that's built up over the years out of there. I'm gonna go ahead and paint the cover while it's off, just so it looks a little bit better, and I might paint the outside here as well. Just hit it with some black paint so it looks nice in the new subframe. That's all cleaned out, and a lot of stuff came out there, but as you can see, this gear is in great shape. It's not chewed up in any way. I don't think this has ever been opened up before or serviced whatsoever. And this car has, I believe, 160,000 miles on it. So for how long it sat, how old it is, I'm decently surprised by how well everything in here looks, but looks can be deceiving. So I'm gonna go ahead and check the backlash on it. You can see I've got the gasket surface cleaned up. Looking real good. Don't see any major issues. There's like a small little scratch right here. I might try to smooth it out, but really I'm not that concerned about it. I cleaned all the holes out for the threads, cleaned out these two holes down here. I think they might be like dowel holes or something, I'm not sure. But it should be all ready to have a magnet set up on it, so I can check this backlash now. So I'm gonna go get that dial indicator and then get back to you guys. So I've got my dial indicator set up. You can see it is zeroed out here, just touching the tip to the ring gear. So now all I gotta do is push it forward and see how much difference it reads on my indicator. We are at 7 thousandths. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these axle couplings off now. They just pop out. I'm going to remove the yoke right here. Once I have all that out, I'm going to get these bushings out right here. And once I have all that off, I'm going to wire wheel the whole case, and then I am going to paint the whole thing. You can see I kind of started right here with the wire wheel. I don't know if you can see it from that far away on the camera. Alright, so I've got both of those out. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull these seals out as well as these dust covers. And then I'm going to move on to the back. Okay, so I got one seal out. No problem. The thing came right out. Got the seal driver and well, I had this seal driver. I guess I realized today why this thing came with an extra head. That's pretty fucked. There's supposed to be another one of these right here, and that thing just flew off at Mach 10. Here's the other piece of it. So that is supposed to be like that. Gotta figure out a way to get this seal out right here. You guys ever find a flathead on the side of the road, at the scrapyard, anywhere? If you're like, oh, the head's chipped off, whatever, take that thing. Every flathead I find, I keep. Some of them are good, but if they're bad, like these, I just use them as chisels. And if they break, they break. I'm not tripping on it. Usually if they break, they crumble. So it's not like you're left with a piece in whatever you're chiseling on. It just kind of flies away or whatever. So have some cheap, ugly screwdrivers and flathead screwdrivers that you can use to bang old crusty seals in on themselves. Got it out. Took some love, but did come out. What I decided to do was peel all the rubber off of one spot. Then I grabbed it with my pliers, stretched it out a bunch, got it to where I could get a little lip to get my screwdriver on, and then I used my screwdriver to hammer it in on itself, and then I could just pull it right out because all the tension was released. The only thing left for me to do is pull the yoke off. So I've got that off now, and everything looks pretty normal here, I'd say. Now the only thing really left to do is pull this seal out and pull these two diff bushings out. So let's get to that. So here's that seal. Got it out. Took a little bit of force, but it did come out. Probably gonna make some kind of driver for this, a 3D printed one, just like my other ones. Now the only thing left are these two bushings right here. Got these bushings out. Next, I'm going to hit the wire wheel and some Scotch-Brite around these main areas right here. And once I have those cleaned up, I'm going to tape them up and start really going hard with the wire wheel and cleaning up the rest of this so I can get some new paint on it. Once again, this is not perfect, but the results are definitely there. You can see the improvement. Compared to how rusty and nasty that top is, I'm thinking this looks pretty good. Got this tape on the back. Got this front side cleaned up, as you can see. Got a little stripe that goes all the way across, so you can really see the drastic difference there. That's just wire wheel, nothing else. Just the wire wheel, and this is what it looked like before. So, it's what a little bit of time can get you. I'm going to tape off this side. I'm going to flip it over and finish cleaning the other hole up, and then tape that side up, and then all I'm going to do is just sit here, listen to some music, and grind this whole thing down so it's looking a lot better. I'm gonna go ahead and do this diff cover while I'm at it. Here is a before. This one's definitely going to be challenging because of all these little ridges right here, but I think I can get it done. So let's get started. Got everything cleaned up, taped up. Everything you see here got sanded. This diff cover took forever, but taping it wasn't so bad. It was the easiest thing to tape, so that was pretty nice. Even without the paint, this thing looks already so much better. So I'm really excited to see what everything looks like once I get some paint on it. It is 2 in the morning, and I'm still out here just working on this thing. I actually just wrapped up, so I'm ready to go inside and sit down for a little bit before I go to bed. I have begun painting. You can see I've got the diff all primed up here, and already it's looking so much better. I am excited to see how it turns out. I'm going with black for the diff, black for these dust guards, and black on the yoke. And then I'm going with yellow on the cover and the axle flanges to match my car. It's a pretty close match. I think, you know, when it's all the way underneath the car, I think it's gonna look pretty good. I think it'll look a little bit cooler than a silver cover, and it's still nice and light, so it'll be easy to see leaks still. I'm gonna go ahead and start with this yellow because I'm just really excited to see how it looks. So I'm going to get to painting these flanges and this cover, and then I'll get back to you guys with how they look. Got some yellow paint down and it looks pretty nice. I also think it matches pretty well, so I'm excited about that. I'm gonna get some black paint on this yoke and the dust covers. And then once I get those done, I'm going to move my diff outside and finish it as well. Got this all painted up, and I think it looks really great. I'm really excited to see how the cover looks on the differential. And there's how it matches. Pretty close. Obviously it's not the exact as the outside, but the base color I would say is damn near exactly the same. Here are the axle flanges. Look pretty good, as well as this yoke. I'd say that paint came out looking pretty alright. Everything's painted up, got the masking tape off of everything, and it looks pretty sweet. I'm gonna move on to the gas tank now. I'm not gonna be as meticulous with this. I'm just gonna slap some primer and black paint on it and call it good. I don't have time to clean this all day. It's got a really thick undercoating that I do not want to bother sanding off. Anything is going to be an improvement from where we're at right now, so figure I really can't go wrong doing this. This bracket on the gas tank here had a bolt break off, so I'm going to see if I can't figure out how to weld a new one on there. I've got a ton of bolts with this exact thread on it because I've worked on a lot of Nissans, so I have plenty of them. I think what I'm going to try to do is just cut the head off of one and weld it to this, and then once I weld it, I know that these threads down here are going to be pretty rough and probably not match up, but I do have a tap and die set, so I can run a die over this bad bolt right here. If I can get to focus, can run a die over that once I weld the new bolt on, and I think that will be enough to hold this little bracket. Alright, so there I've got my bolt with no head, nice straight cut on it. So now what I'm gonna do is cut this a little bit more clean because this is not actually a cut, the bolt snapped. So I'm gonna cut that so it's a little bit more straight. Then I'm gonna, like that, something like that. Okay, might be a little hard to focus in on, but I did cut that a little bit more flush, so now you can see this is kind of the end result we're going for. Start welding it on there as straight as I can, and then run a die down it to fix these threads at the bottom. And just like that, we got a stud welded on there. Gonna tap it out and you fix these welds at the bottom. These welds here at the bottom, I'm pretty sure that they are gonna hold this little bracket just fine. So I'm gonna tap those down. I might cut a little bit off the end, and then should be good to go. So I've got that gas tank all taken care of. Got all my pads taped back on, and I got all my parts painted over here. So just waiting to get my subframe back from the powder coat dude so I can start putting all this stuff back in there. Now that that's all cleaned up, I'm gonna put it back in the car. Before I do that, I'm gonna clean up the car. Anywhere that the gas tank is in, near, or around, I'm gonna clean it up. Okay guys, so I just cleaned out under here. You can see I got some black paint on these holes right here. I just got all the spider webs and stuff out. Here's how the gas hole turned out. Show you what it looks like underneath here. See, it's not perfect, but it's also not super dusty. The subframe is back from powder coat, looking perfect, and we are about to push the new subframe bushings in here. I've got these repair sleeves from CZP. They go in there, and then you push the bushing into it, and then this goes in between the bottom piece and the middle piece. Yeah, I got my hydraulic press, got some drink, and gonna see how this goes. I got Brad here helping me, so if I gotta maneuver this thing a little bit, he can help me with that. It is 3:04 in the morning, and I'm lighting bushings on fire and pushing them out and stuff, and I'm really tired, and I skipped a ton of steps in the video. All the bushings and that are in, diff bushings, all the four, all the sleeves, all that. And it's taken like every goddamn tool in my arsenal for some reason to do this. Everything's dirty, it smells like shit in here, and yeah. Anyways, thought I'd show you guys how I'm getting these out because these are a real bitch, so I thought maybe someone else could use some help with them too. So as you can see, I lit it on fire and pushed the middle race out. It literally just went out after burning for like 10 minutes. So I'm gonna take a wire brush to the inside of that and brush what's left out, and then do it again to that one. Just dropped my control arms, my lower control arms that were sitting right there, off to the powder coat man. And I've got some of my new parts here ready to go on. I need to cut the races off of these hubs right here that are stuck on, so I'm gonna go ahead and start doing that now. Then once I have those done, I will be able to start putting the subframe back in the car. So I've got my new bushings in the control arms. That was a barrel of monkeys worth of fun. Now I've only got a couple bushings left. I really don't even want to hear the word bushing after all this, I swear to God. Right now I'm working on getting the seals out of the hubs, which you can see is right there. About to pound the other one out, and then I'm going to start putting new bushings in. I need to order new seals because I don't have those. Then I need to get wheel bearings, and these will be almost fully back together. I'm gonna call it right here on this episode, just so I don't like making these episodes super long. So in the next one, I'm gonna be installing the new subframe and putting all the accessories on it and getting this car hopefully back on the ground and rolling on its own. I'm gonna get that rear brake system taken care of, flush out all the lines from front to back before I hook everything up. And that is what will be going on in the next one. So thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. We're really looking forward to driving this car one day.